A Love That Defied Everything. Chapter 1. The Unexpected Connection. Sophie Miller had always been admired for her beauty and elegance. Her life in Eden Ridge was serene with close family ties and a supportive community. Her cousin, Aaron Hayes, was a stark contrast to Sophie's calm demeanor, known for his athleticism and playful charm. Aaron often found himself at the center of attention. The family vacation to the beachside villa was meant to be a relaxing escape. The villa was a sprawling, luxurious estate with panoramic views of the ocean, surrounded by lush gardens and a private beach. It was the perfect backdrop for an unforgettable summer. Sophie and Aaron's paths crossed more frequently during this vacation. They found themselves in deep conversations, sharing their dreams and fears as they walked along the beach at sunset. Sophie was intrigued by Aaron's ambition and his struggles with expectations. Aaron, in turn, was captivated by Sophie's warmth and kindness. One evening, as the sky turned a deep shade of indigo and the stars began to twinkle, Sophie and Aaron found themselves alone on the terrace. The villa was quiet, and the gentle sound of waves crashing against the shore provided a soothing backdrop. They spoke of their future, their uncertainties, and their deepest desires. Their conversation became more intense as the night wore on. Aaron reached out and gently brushed a strand of hair from Sophie's face. Their eyes locked, and in that moment they shared a kiss that was both tender and passionate. The kiss was a turning point, marking the beginning of a secret and intense love affair. Chapter 2. The Secret Love. Their love blossomed in secrecy. They stole away to hidden corners of the villa, their moments together filled with a mix of exhilaration and anxiety. Every touch, every glance was charged with a forbidden intensity. They began to cherish their stolen moments, knowing that their love had to remain a secret. Their encounters were filled with both joy and tension. They explored the villa's vast gardens, taking long walks along the secluded parts of the beach. They whispered their dreams and fears to each other, their bond deepening with every shared secret. As the days passed, Sophie began to notice changes in her body that filled her with dread. She experienced nausea and fatigue, signs that she couldn't ignore. She tried to brush off her worries, but the fear of pregnancy began to loom over her. One night, after a particularly passionate evening, Sophie broke down and told Aaron about her fears. She sobbed as she confessed that she might be pregnant. Aaron, initially stunned, took her in his arms, his heart aching for her. They both knew that their love was now complicated by the reality of a child. Chapter 3. The Breaking Point. The gravity of the situation forced them to confront their families. The thought of telling their parents filled them with dread, but they knew they had no choice. They returned to Eden Ridge, their hearts heavy with fear. The moment they entered the house, the tension was palpable. Sophie's father, known for his strict and traditional views, was furious. His anger erupted as he confronted Sophie, accusing her of bringing shame to the family. Her mother, overwhelmed by shock and sadness, could only cry helplessly. The confrontation escalated quickly. Sophie's father, in a fit of rage, physically pushed her out of the house. "You've ruined everything," he shouted. "Get out and never come back." Sophie's mother fell to the floor, her sobs echoing through the house. Sophie stood outside, feeling a mix of fear and heartbreak. The family she had always known had turned against her, leaving her with nothing. Aaron's family was similarly outraged. They could not understand how Aaron could be involved in such a scandal. The situation and the pressure from judgment from both sides were overwhelming. The community, once supportive, now viewed them with disdain. Chapter 4. The Harsh Reality. Aaron and Sophie fled Eden Ridge, finding refuge in a small, run-down apartment in a nearby city. The apartment was cramped, with peeling wallpaper and broken fixtures. Their new life was a far cry from the comfort they had known. Aaron took on multiple jobs, working long hours to support their growing family. He worked as a construction laborer during the day and took up evening shifts at a local diner. His days were exhausting, but he persevered, determined to provide for Sophie and their unborn child. Sophie, grappling with the realities of pregnancy, found solace in the small moments of their new life. She decorated the tiny apartment with what little they could afford, trying to create a comforting space for their daughter. The isolation from their families and the harsh conditions of their new life were a constant strain. Their love, once full of passion and excitement, began to suffer under the weight of their circumstances. The stress and financial strain led to frequent arguments. They argued about money, their future, and the strain their situation had put on their relationship. Chapter 5. The Birth and Rebuilding. Hope was born on a rainy afternoon. The birth was a challenging experience, but it brought immense joy to Sophie and Aaron. Holding their daughter for the first time, they felt a mix of elation and anxiety. Their love for Hope was profound, and she became the center of their world. The early months with Hope were a blur of sleepless nights and constant worry. They struggled to make ends meet, but the presence of their daughter brought a sense of purpose and determination. Despite their struggles, they found joy in the simple moments. Hope's first smile, her tiny fingers grasping theirs. One day, while walking in a local park, they encountered an old family friend named Mark, who had heard about their situation. Mark was moved by their story and offered to help. He provided them with financial assistance and connected them with resources for young families in need. Mark's support was a turning point. With his help, they were able to improve their living conditions. They found a better apartment and were able to buy essentials for their growing family. Mark also introduced them to a community group that offered support and encouragement. Chapter 7. The Road to Forgiveness. As Sophie and Aaron settled into their new life, they began to rebuild their relationship with each other. They attended counseling sessions to address the strain their situation had placed on their love. The sessions helped them communicate better and work through their challenges. Sophie and Aaron also began to take small steps towards reconciling with their families. They wrote heartfelt letters expressing their love and remorse, hoping to bridge the gap between them. While their families remained distant, the letters were a gesture of their willingness to make amends. In the community, they found new friends who embraced them and offered support. Sophie and Aaron began to create a new family unit, surrounded by people who cared for them. Their daughter, Hope, grew up in a loving and supportive environment, learning from her parents' resilience. Chapter 7. A New Chapter. Years passed, and Sophie and Aaron's lives gradually improved. They continued to work hard, building a stable and fulfilling life for their family. Their love, once tested by adversity, had grown stronger and more resilient. Sophie found fulfillment in her work, using her experiences to help others in similar situations. She volunteered at community centers, sharing her story and offering support to young families facing challenges. Aaron continued to work in construction, but also pursued his passion for carpentry, creating beautiful pieces of furniture that brought them additional income. Their relationship with their families remained strained, but they had found a sense of peace in their new life. They focused on creating a loving home for Hope, teaching her the values of perseverance and compassion. Epilogue: The Power of Love. Aaron and Sophie looked back on their journey with a mix of relief and pride. They had faced tremendous challenges and had come through stronger and more united. Their love, once seen as scandalous, had become a testament to their strength and commitment. Hope grew up surrounded by love and support, learning from her parents' resilience. Aaron and Sophie's story was a powerful reminder of the enduring power of love and the ability to overcome even the most daunting obstacles. In the end, their love had guided them through the darkest times and led them to a future filled with hope and promise. Their journey was a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the transformative power of love.
Chapter 8: New Beginnings. With their lives gradually stabilizing, Sophie and Aaron began to envision a future beyond mere survival. They wanted to build a legacy for their daughter Hope and create a life that was not just about overcoming challenges, but thriving. Sophie decided to pursue a career in social work, driven by her desire to help others who had faced hardships similar to her own. She enrolled in a part-time college program, balancing her studies with caring for Hope and managing their household. The academic and professional demands were intense, but Sophie's determination fueled her commitment. Aaron's carpentry business flourished. He took on larger projects, including custom furniture for upscale clients. His reputation as a skilled craftsman grew, and he was able to hire a small team to assist him. The increased income allowed them to move to a more spacious and comfortable home, providing Hope with a nurturing environment. Chapter 9: Expanding Horizons. As Sophie and Aaron's professional lives grew, so did their personal ambitions. They began to explore opportunities for travel and adventure, something they had always dreamed of but had to postpone due to their earlier struggles with their financial situation. With their financial situation improving, they took a family trip to Europe. This journey was a turning point for them, offering both relaxation and inspiration. They visited historical sites, enjoyed diverse cuisines, and immersed themselves in different cultures. The experience broadened their perspectives and reinforced their bond as a family. Back home, Sophie became involved in community outreach programs. She started a nonprofit organization focused on providing support and resources for young families in crisis. Her initiative quickly gained recognition and support from local businesses and community leaders. This new venture not only fulfilled her passion, but also brought additional stability to their lives. Chapter 10: Family Reconciliation. The passage of time began to heal old wounds. Sophie and Aaron continued to make heartfelt attempts to reconcile with their families. They attended family events, sent thoughtful gifts, and made sincere apologies. Their persistence eventually led to gradual changes in their relationships. One pivotal moment came during a family reunion. Sophie's father, witnessing her dedication to helping others and the success she had achieved, began to soften. Although the road to full reconciliation was long, the reunion marked a significant step forward. Sophie and Aaron's families began to acknowledge their efforts and the positive changes they had made. Chapter 11. Personal Growth and Challenges. Sophie and Aaron's lives, while filled with achievements, were not without challenges. They faced moments of self-doubt, financial uncertainty, and the typical struggles of balancing work and family life. However, their resilience and commitment to each other helped them navigate these hurdles. Sophie's career in social work brought both rewards and challenges. She often encountered heartbreaking stories and difficult cases, but her empathy and dedication made a tangible difference in many lives. She found solace and motivation in her work, which also strengthened her connection with Aaron as they supported each other through the emotional ups and downs. Aaron's business continued to thrive, but managing a growing company brought new responsibilities. He faced the complexities of hiring, training, and maintaining client relationships. Despite the pressures, he remained grounded and focused on his family, ensuring that his work did not overshadow his commitment to Sophie and Hope. Chapter 12. Milestones and Reflections. As Hope grew older, Sophie and Aaron celebrated many milestones. Hope's achievements in school, her hobbies, and her friendships became sources of pride and joy for her parents. They invested time in her education, encouraged her interests, and supported her ambitions. Sophie and Aaron also took time to reflect on their journey. They often revisited the places that had been significant in their relationship, such as the beachside villa where they first fell in love and the cozy cafe where they shared their deepest secrets. These reflections allowed them to appreciate how far they had come and the strength of their bond. They began to focus on long-term goals, including saving for Hope's future and planning for their retirement. They attended financial planning workshops and sought advice from experts to ensure they were on track for a secure future. Their dedication to building a stable and prosperous life was evident in their careful planning and proactive approach. Chapter 13. Legacy and Impact. As Sophie and Aaron continued to build their lives, they became more involved in their community. They organized charity events, supported local initiatives, and contributed to causes they believed in. Their efforts not only made a positive impact on their community, but also reinforced their commitment to giving back. Sophie's organization grew and expanded its reach, providing vital services to more families in need. She was invited to speak at conferences and share her experiences, inspiring others with her story of resilience and hope. Her work garnered recognition, and she received awards for her contributions to social welfare. Aaron's carpentry business evolved into a successful brand known for its quality and craftsmanship. He started mentoring young apprentices, sharing his skills and knowledge with the next generation. His commitment to his craft and his community left a lasting legacy.
Epilogue: A life fulfilled. Years later, Sophie and Aaron looked back on their journey with a profound sense of fulfillment. They had overcome numerous obstacles, built a loving family, and achieved personal and professional success. Their story was one of perseverance, love, and transformation. Hope, now an accomplished young woman, was poised to embark on her own journey. She had been raised with values of empathy, resilience, and integrity, reflecting the lessons her parents had instilled in her.
Sophie and Aaron's lives were a testament to the power of love and the strength of the human spirit. They had faced adversity, embraced opportunities, and built a life filled with meaning and purpose. Their legacy was one of hope, resilience, and the unwavering belief that love could conquer even the greatest challenges.
Chapter 14. Navigating New Challenges. As time went on, Sophie and Aaron encountered new challenges and opportunities. Their lives were filled with the joys of raising Hope and the demands of their growing careers. While their relationship had matured, they continued to face the everyday stresses of life, including the pressures of maintaining their professional and personal balance. Sophie's nonprofit organization began to receive national attention. She was invited to participate in panels and discussions on social issues, advocating for systemic change. Her role expanded to include policy advising, and she became a prominent figure in social reform. Despite the increased responsibilities, Sophie remained grounded, focusing on her core mission of helping families in need. Aaron's business continued to flourish, leading him to explore new ventures. He decided to diversify his offerings by designing sustainable furniture and incorporating eco-friendly practices. This shift not only aligned with his personal values, but also attracted a new client base interested in environmentally conscious products. His innovative approach earned him accolades in design and sustainability circles. Chapter 15. Family Dynamics and Growth. As Hope reached adulthood, she faced her own set of challenges and opportunities. Choosing a career path was daunting for her, given her parents' successes and the high expectations. Sophie and Aaron supported her decision-making process, encouraging her to explore her passions while also considering practicalities. Hope decided to pursue a career in environmental science, inspired by her father's focus on sustainability. She enrolled in a prestigious university where she excelled in her studies and engaged in research projects related to climate change. Her academic journey was both challenging and rewarding, and she began to make a name for herself in her field. The dynamics within Sophie and Aaron's family evolved as they adjusted to being parents of an adult child. They found themselves navigating new territory, learning to offer guidance without imposing their own dreams and expectations. Their relationship with Hope grew stronger as they supported her independence and celebrated her achievements. Chapter 16. Personal Transformation. As Sophie and Aaron entered their later years, they began to reflect on their personal growth and the legacy they wanted to leave behind. They embarked on a journey of self-discovery, exploring new hobbies and interests that had long been put aside. Sophie took up painting, using it as a form of self-expression and relaxation. Her artwork was deeply personal and often reflected her experiences and emotions. She held several exhibitions, showcasing her paintings to the community and gaining recognition for her artistic talent. Aaron, inspired by his wife's creativity, started writing a memoir. He chronicled their journey from the early days of their relationship to their current successes. His book not only served as a personal reflection, but also as an inspiration for others facing similar struggles. The memoir received positive reviews and became a source of motivation for many. Chapter 17. Legacy and Influence. With their careers established and their personal lives flourishing, Sophie and Aaron turned their attention to leaving a lasting impact on their community.
They established a scholarship fund in Hope's Mame, aimed at supporting students pursuing careers in environmental science and social work. This initiative was intended to provide opportunities for young people who demonstrated both passion and need. They also created a mentorship program through Sophie's organization, focusing on helping individuals from underprivileged backgrounds gain skills and confidence to achieve their goals. The program paired experienced professionals with mentees, offering guidance, resources, and support. Sophie and Aaron's philanthropic efforts made a significant difference in their community. Their contributions were recognized through various awards and honors, but their primary motivation remained the positive impact they could make in the lives of others. Chapter 18: Reflections and Farewell. As Sophie and Aaron approached their later years, they reflected on their life's journey with a deep sense of fulfillment. They had weathered many storms, achieved their dreams, and created a legacy of love and support. They continued to enjoy their time together, traveling to places they had always wanted to visit. Their travels allowed them to experience new cultures, reconnect with old friends, and make new memories. Their relationship remained strong and loving, built on years of shared experiences and mutual respect. In their final years, they focused on enjoying the simple pleasures of life. They spent time with family, reminisced about their past adventures, and found joy in their daily routines. Their love story, marked by its trials and triumphs, became a testament to the enduring power of commitment and resilience. Their passing was a profound moment for those who knew them. Sophie and Aaron's lives had touched many, and their legacy continued to inspire future generations. Their story was remembered as one of love, perseverance, and the profound impact of living a life filled with purpose and compassion.